There's a storied legacy of high school football in the 904. Here, football is not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. The work starts in the spring when nobody's watching and continues in the summer when the Florida sun beats down. Thousands of reps for 48 minutes on a Friday night. Because a new season breeds new opportunities. It brings champions that live on for generations. It brings the players that do the impossible. It brings rivalries that thrills us on Friday nights. And electric atmospheres that you feel in your soul. There's no questioning high school football in the 904. The only question is what's next.
Boylston under pressure. He's one to the end zone. Touchdown! Xander Edwards is gone.
Football is easy for Bryson Wright.
Pocket takes a shot to right, and it's caught. What a grab by Bryson Wright. Looks to the end zone. It's caught. Kick, the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked. Bishop Kenny is going to take the football game. With some space, and he's in! The Brunswick Pirates just came back from down 17 in the fourth quarter!
It's time for the Friday Night Blitz.
At long last, high school football is back in the 904. Noah Schlicksup, Brody McGough, Chandler Dantzler is in the booth. We've got Asher Ghioto, Xander Edwards, and Coach Kevin Sullivan joining us later on in the show. Brody, it's been a long time coming, but week one has arrived in the 904.
I'm pumped. I love football. I love it at any level. And high school football, especially around in the 904, has grown so much in the past few years. And I'm excited to see all this coverage on it, and I can't wait to call some games with you.
By the way, shout out to Donovan Maslin, head coach of the Reigns Vikings, for narrating the hype video. Did a phenomenal job. Was great going out there, seeing those Vikings practice. And the boys over at Reigns, they're trying to run it back. That'll be a big storyline this year. We've got maybe the best talent we've had in a long time in that junior class around the 904. Those guys taking another step this year. Two of them joining us here in about 10 minutes. And just Ed White, can they make a jump? Nice, can they? There's so many different teams and exciting players around this area that we're looking forward to. Another thing we're looking forward to, our last in-studio show of the Blitz Breakdown, because next week we're bringing it to Sneakers, live from Sneakers in Jacks Beach. We'll have the Blitz Breakdown live there all season long. You can join us not only on here on Action Sports Jacks 24/7, but in person. Can't wait to kick that off starting next week, as well as we'll have the Team of the Week out there each week joining us for some great food and some high school football at Sneakers. So without further ado, let's get into some football talk, and feel like no better place to start than our Game of the Week lineup for this season. We have got some great matchups on hand, and it all starts off this Friday. Bolles and Columbia. Now, Bolles, they ran the table in this matchup last year. Brody, what are you looking for here on Friday night?
Well, I think it's going to be a great game. Last year, the score didn't show it, but Columbia did have a very competent defense, and they did give Bolles some problems. But all in all, it came to the end that Bolles was just smothering them, and you keep breaking something, it's going to go. So Columbia did get beat bad last year. It did end up as a game like that, but it is week one. Week one is a wild card week. You don't know where your team's necessarily at yet, and they haven't played 4 quarters of football with their starting guys. So this is going to be full-speed football on Friday night. 2 physical football teams, 2 historic football teams, and I think both are very excited about the matchup.
Yeah, and this is a great test out the gate for both of these teams. Columbia, they return a lot of young talent from last year. They return a good amount of starters. They obviously got Kyron Caldwell outside, and it's a group that last year had a fantastic run defense, and they did a nice job against the Bolles offense, held them to one of their lowest point totals of the season. They return at least 2 starters on both the defensive line, linebacker core, and in the secondary. So will they be able to keep that going? It's just, will that offense be able to hang with the Bulldogs? Because, like it or not, Bolles is going to score. If you're Columbia, you got to limit them as much as you can. And then what can you do on offense to stay competitive in this game?
Yeah, last year, again, Columbia's offense having a really hard time. That front seven of Bolles was getting after him. It felt like everybody on the front seven got a sack that game, and
there was no time to
no
breathe
time
in the
at all.
pocket.
That QB ran more yards lateral than Mahomes did against the Bucs in that one Super Bowl. It was ridiculous. Like, he was running for his life. But Columbia's offense needs to do something because that defense was just on the field too much, and any good defense will break when you're on the field over and over and over again.
Yeah, and we've got plenty more on that game when we're making our predictions later on. Week 2, Baker County and Bradford, the battle. That's the Jamie Rogers Bowl right there. The head coach who left Baker County goes to Bradford, now leaving the Tornadoes back to Baker County. I'm really excited to see, can Baker County get back to what they were under Jamie Rogers, and how will Bradford look with a new head man? Really excited for that one. Then Yulee, Fernandina Beach, a nice rivalry up there in Northeast Florida.
Yep.
That's going to be a great matchup there between the Hornets. Always a fun atmosphere, as we experienced last year for Yulee, West Nassau, Beachside, and Nice. Beachside, one of the teams I've circled this year. That's a group that had a solid season last year, some highs, some lows. They lost in the playoffs to a PV team that ended up going to the Final Four. That's a group that I think can definitely take a jump this season and become one of the top teams in the area.
Oh, yeah. Beachside, still a freshman school. Beachside and Decoy, those are the two schools that are fresh on these on the schedule. But Beachside, they've been building every year, getting better every year. They're getting guys to colleges too, D1 colleges. They've had a lot of good athletes throughout the years. And last year they had a great passing attack, and it was electric to watch. It just ended up not happening in the playoffs for them. But if it just keeps inclining this year, they should, they could get a playoff win, maybe make a run.
Do you see them go viral over the summer? The firefighter doing the bench press
Oh,
when
yes.
the fire alarm was pulled there?
That was Beachside? I didn't know
Yeah,
that was Beachside.
that went crazy. I saw that one went absolutely viral.
That's fun.
Week 7, this was the best. We had 2 classic game of the weeks last year. We had one we'll talk about in a bit between Glen Academy and Brunswick. But how about Oakleaf, Ed White? Talk about viral. The finish to that game last year. The encore now this year. Can Ed White get their revenge, or can Oakleaf pull off another W? That's a team trying to replace Jack McKissick. What are they going to look like offensively? Wasn't a great showing against Columbia. We'll see what they're like this season. Then after that, we got Tocoy Creek going to face First Coast. I feel like that's going to be a really good matchup there in Week 8. Bartram Trail Fletcher, another good matchup there. And then after that, Mandarin Reigns might be the biggest game on this schedule this season. That's one all eyes are going to be on that matchup over there at the Graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually Week 5. I'm reading this graphic. But
that's a big – 2 juggernauts going up against each other. This is a matchup that everybody would like last year, like they were stacked last year, and now this year, they're both trying to reload what they did last year, and both teams going to look real good, and that's around mid-season where teams start catching their strides. That's when good teams keep being good, and when solid teams just start dipping off. So we'll see which team prevails in that one. Mandarin had a bunch of tests last year and ran through them, and so did Reigns, so I'm really excited to see it.
I tell you what, Reigns last year was catching some slack for strength of schedule. They open up with Oakleaf this year. They got Mandarin. They got a Miami team. I think Vanguard on there. Like they've got a good schedule this season. Going to be some great matchups there. We already went 6 through 8. Week 9, already talked about Brunswick. Glen Academy had the 16-point fourth quarter comeback last year, and the final couple minutes from Brunswick was absolutely unbelievable. Can't wait to see what that matchup is like this year. These last 2 games are open to be flex, but should be good matchups. Fleming Island, St. Augustine. How about St. Augustine? We'll get to their kickoff classic performance in a moment. And then Ponte Vedra and Creekside. That's always a battle in St. Johns County. Now, speaking of the kickoff classic, let's take a look at some of the top games that we were at from around the area. First, this got it all kicked off. Ed White versus Nice at Ponte Vedra for some reason last week. And how about Ed White? This game was called in the third quarter, but I think starters played all the way through. And Ed White was leading Nice 30-23 at the end of the game.
Yeah, kickoff classic game. I wish it was a regular season game. That's a game, there's a lot of hype with the offensive coordinators going into it. 2 of the best offenses in the 904 last year, and they play a kickoff game. I know both teams want a hard opponent to get their teams ready for week 1. And so I think that was a great scheduled game for both of them. It was fun to watch through the clips I saw. I always keep up with a few clips around the Instagram, and it looked like a good game, looked physical. made me happy to be here and call some more football. That was really fun to watch through the clips.
Yeah, Ed White, that's a team that, will they be able to make the jump this year is going to be very interesting. They've been right on the cusp. So I feel like that's a team that can really compete if things go right for them. I mean, that's an impressive Kickoff Classic performance. Of course, the Kickoff Classic comes with a little, it's not regular season football, but impressive from them. Bolles, I don't feel like the first half score against Camden County really shows the story of this game. Bulldogs dominated really in this one and really pulled away in the second half when the starters came out as well. But some very impressive plays, performances. We had a hurdle, we had a head topper, we had a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. Bolles, Highlight City, chose the right game to go and record last week. Chandler and Stewart weren't so lucky because Chandler went to Oakleaf in Columbia and zeros on the scoreboard at the end of the first half. I mean, we're pulling up highlights here, but there really aren't any, unfortunately, from this one. So we'll move on to St. Augustine and PV. St. Augustine 40-7 over the Sharks in the Kickoff Classic. That's a team that you lose Wingo, you lose James. What's that team going to look like? They graduate some big players. That's an impressive message sent. We'll see if they can keep that going in the regular season. How about another big message? Fletcher 41-3 over Yulee. How good can those Senators be this season? We're about to find out.
Yeah.
After this break, we'll have Asher Ghioto and Xander Edwards from the Bolles Bulldogs previewing our game of the week and the Bulldogs seasons when we come back on the Blitz Breakdown.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
When we say the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is everywhere, we mean it. If you don't want to see our ugly faces and you just want to hear our takes, listen to the podcast. It's up 30 minutes after every live show. Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google Play. It's really that simple. Just pull out your phone. I'm on Spotify, Action Sports Jacks. Every episode is right there, split into hour chunks, so you get exactly what you're looking for.
I think it would be a better chance that Branson Combs wins the weak side linebacker spot than Wyatt Milam wins the right guard spot. And that's more because Patrick McCarry has done more in the league.
Stupid take.
He's more.
Maybe you only have 15 minutes before the kids come home. You don't have time to listen to the full show. You're craving Jags content. The YouTube page is for you. We have a separate playlist called Brenton Austin Show Segments. It's Jags only conversations right there every day. Subscribe. Don't miss any Jags content. Action Sports Jags.
Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldas, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 studios, and we are joined by star juniors from the Bolles Bulldogs. We've got Xander Edwards. We've got Asher Ghioto. And we've got Game of the Week preview coming up here on Friday. Bolles trying to run it back after state runners-up last year. So let's get a little preview of this team. Xander, we'll start with you. How's this offense looking? You guys graduate quite a bit, but you and Luke Tolan coming back kind of anchoring this thing.
Yes, sir. I mean, we definitely lost a bunch of players, but we also got a bunch of transfers, and we might have the same or maybe even a bit more talent than we did last year. So, I mean, we have the run game, we have the pass game with Jaden Barnett on the outside. He had a great game in the Kickoff Classic. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting to play with, and it's exciting to watch.
Kind of same story on that defensive side of the ball. You lose a lot. Simeon Caldwell, you lose from that defense, but again, with Bolles, it's a revolving door of talent there.
Always. I mean, definitely losing Simeon hurt us a little bit in the offseason, but, he was a leader, and I felt like that was kind of what we lost. I would say the biggest thing that we lost was the leadership that came with him, and, over the offseason, we started to establish more and more leadership, so it wasn't just we didn't just fall off in terms of leadership, communication, because he was like the heart of our defense, and that it is what it is. But we definitely found a new heartbeat, and it's been amazing. We have Christian Hayes, who now he's our new Simeon, but he's filling that spot really well. Our defensive line, AJ Bivens from Clay, he's a big joker. He's about 6'2", 340, and I mean, he does not let anybody move him. We got Jameer Johnson on the outside, Zach Scher on the inside, and then we have a fleet of good linebackers, and then we have Jackson Flowers, 4-star safety back there, and we have Major Lee. He's also really good, and along with the Shaden. So we have a great team this year, and like Xander said, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a stretch to say we have a better team this year.
You guys have been underclassmen who've made big impacts on this team. Now, going into your junior seasons, have you guys had to step up a little more as leaders for this team?
Yes, sir, for sure. Especially with all the guys that graduated, they were huge leaders. So I think now it's our role to step up into that leader position and become the heartbeat of the team. And
what is that heartbeat at Bolles? Something you try to carry over from the guys who were there for you as underclassmen?
I would definitely say guidance and leadership. It's not the thing at Bolles is you're kind of just, it's not a regular team like where, your brother's in high school and it doesn't really carry out when you go beyond that or even before that. So I would definitely say it's all about just the brotherhood there and how it's different. Like everybody has a brotherhood and talks about the brotherhood everywhere else, but it's different at Bolles. And I mean, the way that we carry over and the way that we talk to each other, treat each other, and the way that we hold each other accountable, it's different. It's different at Bolles and it always has been. And it's a legacy that's been carried over from Corky. And so it's, we had to continue that legacy one way or another, and we're not just going to let it fall off just because a few leaders left the team. And so both of us stepping up into that leadership role just because there are some younger kids that also look up to us because they see the success and they see the things that they want to achieve and they see that it's possible and they're teammates with the person that has that. So it definitely, we do have some influence, especially only being juniors, and it's a very senior dominant thing to be a leader, but being able to step up into that position early on is definitely a blessing.
I think you earned that with 44 touchdowns and 23 sacks as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Xander, got a new fresh slate of linemen coming in, and something about Bolles, you guys always got a really good line on both sides of the football. How do you feel these guys have coming in and filling the big shoes from the guys behind?
Yes, sir. I mean, our O-line coach Lawrence, have done a great job making them adapt to the new scheme because they're all new, the new scheme and things like that. So, I mean, at the Kickoff Classic, they played great. And I'm excited for them to progress and hopefully have another really good season.
Do you feel like the chemistry is really coming together in offense as we're heading into week one?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're like connected. I mean, they play really well together. They collaborate well together, and I just think they work so well together. So, I mean, there might be a little drop off, but definitely not to the point where I'm not gonna have a good season.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this O-line squad and excited for the season.
I am interested because you guys had William Bearcat last year, and he kind of acted as that blocking tight end for you guys. Will Fordham went outside. Is it kind of similar this year with J.C. Wessel kind of letting him do his thing? And then so you guys, I think Riley is your tight end. Is that kind of a similar role this year, or does it look a little different for you?
It's a little different. We're going to both of the tight ends are going to be really involved in the run game. We run a lot of 12 personnel, so both of them are going to be blocking for me. So it's going to be awesome to watch.
And Asher, looking back on last season, state championship runner-up, obviously not the result you guys had wanted. Have you guys put that behind you new year, or is it something you keep with you, kind of channel motivation?
I would say, although it's great to channel that motivation, like you said, I would say it's behind us now. I mean, we can't hold on to past things, but there's also a tiny bit of it where it's not like, oh, this is going to push me and motivate me, because motivation only lasts so long. Motivation can go away in one day, an hour, whatever. Like, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that discipline, and the same thing that we had last year, but be able to turn that discipline up just a little bit more so we can get that final stretch that we were missing last year. And so, again, we got a taste of it, and it was awesome, but, we have to take that up this year, take that discipline up, take the leadership up, take everything up, just one more notch, two more notches, and that's our winning team.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys mentioned you think this team could have more talent this year. What makes you confident in that from what you've seen?
I would definitely say chemistry and the way everybody works together, not only on the field, but off the field. The weight room, the energy during summer, the energy during spring practice, the energy during fall camp was different. Like it was, and even our coaches had said something. I remember after the game, a coach came up to me and he's like, "This is the most physical Bulls team I have seen, and especially since you've been here." So I feel like that translates, because you hear physical and you're like, oh, just a bunch of rocks that are just hitting each other. But it's kind of like, all right, these dudes are playing together. They trust each other, and they trust each other enough to go play around, fly around, and be violent. So it takes a lot of trust to do that, because you can't just go fly around and just make plays and not have to worry about things unless you trust the guy beside you. So I feel like that's a very telltale sign of just the trust that we have and the connection and the bond that we have this year.
I want to talk about what both of y'all have worked in the offseason. What do you feel like is an area that you guys really worked on and really gotten better from the offseason? Start with you.
Yes, sir. Definitely on the field, I would say my footwork. I think my footwork has gotten tons better. I feel like I can make guys miss even more now. I feel like I got faster, quicker, definitely stronger too in the weight room. Off the field, I would say my leadership. I think my leadership, I've definitely stepped into that role as a leader with all the leaders graduating. So yeah, I would say leadership. I've definitely upped that role for sure.
What about you, Asher?
For me, on the field, I would definitely say was hand-eye coordination. As a defensive lineman, even the NFL guys struggle with it. It's just, it's always the fine-tuning things. Like, you get to that point where it's like, okay, I have the fundamentals down, which you never really do in any position, but to the point where you're like, okay, now I need to work on the small stuff and try to start to fine-tune things. It's like a guitar. Like, if you're trying to play a certain song, you got the basics down, but now you have to fine-tune it. So that's really what I was working on, was a lot of hand-eye coordination stuff and a lot of footwork, just because those little things matter, especially in that split second you have to make that decision, because that's all it is for a defensive lineman. You have a few seconds, if that, to get to the quarterback, and about half a second to react, if that, on the offensive tackle. So that's definitely what I worked on the field. Off the field, I would definitely say leadership as well. Just being more vocal as a leader, because I feel like that as a upcoming junior, you're kind of a little bit timid at first, and you're like, well, I never saw a junior do this before. I've never seen this. I've never, had that person to be like, okay, this is what it looks like this year. But we've had those people where that's what it looks like the senior year. And I feel like just being comfortable enough to be like, hey, like, I am a leader, and I need to step up and be vocal, and I need to just assume that position and not hold back from anything, and just be able to speak my mind and not have to worry about any judgment or other things that come with speaking your mind and being a leader.
I know last year's behind you guys, but 44 touchdowns, 23 sacks. How do you top that this season? Do you have a goal in mind or some benchmark you want to hit?
I wouldn't say that. Just whatever the team needs to win that state championship. We fell short last year, so we really, really need to, get that goal of winning a state championship. That's our team ultimate goal. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to achieve that goal.
Well, you guys talked about the Bolles Brotherhood earlier on, and you guys did something really cool with the Bolles alumni this past summer, the football camp with Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah.
How did that come about for you guys, and what was it like getting to work with him?
It was awesome being able to go back and connect with him. I got to connect with him while he was at the Jags here. I met him when I was on the Jags flag football team. He was awesome. Like, we just stopped, and I was like, that's Mac Jones. And he started talking to me, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. But it was really cool interaction between us, and he had definitely said that he wanted to connect again, but then not too short after he had left. So I was like, all right, well, there goes that. But then he came back around, and we got the opportunity to work with him when we got out there. He was just like a friend. He was just going out there having fun. I mean, with the kids, like they could see up here. I mean, he's out there like a dad. Like he was out there with the kids, and the kids are like making fun of him or something. And he'd like make fun back, and like it was fun. Like it was a great camp, and not only was it like good to get work with him, and there was some hard work going on, but it was just a fun environment and a really just warm environment, which you don't expect from someone with his fame or recognition, just because you think, okay, they're in this upper echelon of people, they're going to be kind of a little different. But that wasn't him. He was the most level-headed guy ever, humble, and it was awesome to work with him.
And what do you take from working with a pro like that, seeing him give back to the community? You kind of store that away from the future. What lessons did you learn from that?
I mean, Mac Jones was just such a good guy. He was such a genuine guy. Like Asher said, so humble. So I think I would take those traits, and maybe like if I did a camp in the future, I would use what he taught me at that camp for my camp. So yeah, I learned a lot from him, and hopefully we can connect in the future.
Did anything surprise you about him?
I mean, not really. My oldest sister graduated high school with him.
Oh wow.
So yeah, my sister knows him pretty well. So she told me all the stories about him. So I got a good idea of what he was, but I mean, just meeting him in person, it did shock me a little bit. So it was a good experience.
Let's talk about the game of the week here.
Yeah.
Friday night against Columbia. It's a team with a very good run defense, and they did a solid job against you guys last year. What are you preparing for this time around? What did you learn against them last year?
Yeah, they got some big D linemen, but I'm not too worried. I know our O-line coach is going to draw up a great scheme, and I know our O-line is going to block really freaking hard. So I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm just going to do anything I can to help the team win.
What's been the message to you guys this week from Coach Toblin, getting you guys ready for this one on Friday?
It's just another game. I mean, 1 week at a time, we treat everybody the same. It doesn't matter who you are, what your record is, state champion, national champ, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're another opponent. We're going to treat you the exact same, and that's just to play Bolles football. I mean, you're not less than anyone else, and you're not more than anyone else. So we're going to treat you the exact same. We're going to go out there and kill you. That's just really the message. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's football. You don't ever just play down to your opponent's level, or you try to play better because of something else, because that's when you start making mistakes, and that's when you start losing a little bit in your mind. And so it's definitely, that is the message. It's just kind of like, just play level-headed. Don't worry. Don't try to make plays that are out of your reach or that isn't your play to make. And so just kind of just stay in your course and just go through the week, because first week jitters are a thing. Like, you go out there, you're like, wow, I'm back playing football. And I mean, that was how it was last week, but especially this week, now you know that it counts in your mind. But he's a great leader. He teaches psychology at our school, so I mean, I feel like he's got a few tricks up his sleeve that we don't even know about, but he's using. But I mean, it's awesome. He's a great leader, and I feel like that's even where we get the leader traits from as well. I mean, he just he always keeps us level-headed, and that's especially the message for this week.
And the last thing I'll ask you guys about is NFL guys on staff. I mean, you got Hayden Hurst now as assistant. Yep. Adam Gotsis was helping you guys out this past offseason. Learning from guys like that, what do they do for you guys and the team?
Gotsis especially, I work with him like 3 times a week outside of Bolles. We go and train. We'll do film breakdown. We'll come up with a pass rush plan. We'll do all these different things. And it's helped me a lot. I mean, to have someone with that level of experience and tell me what he's done, because it wasn't easy for him coming from Australia, coming to Georgia Tech, and just getting thrown in the fire. I mean, it's hard. And so he definitely had some great things to talk about and some great points. And I mean, we've talked probably for 2 days consecutively if you were to add up all the time. Like, it's just, he's a great leader. And Hurst, I mean, he is crazy. Like, he is, like, what the stories about at South Carolina about him are probably a lot less than what he actually did. Like, he is crazy. He gets everybody amped up. I mean, it is awesome. The way he can just like shift a room and shift the energy is 1 to none. And the way he's getting our tight ends ready, I mean, I don't think anybody's ready for it, and it's nothing anybody has ever seen from Bolles. So It's going to be great. Everybody will see.
I feel like you did a great job answering that question, so I'll switch it up for you. One word to describe this Bolles team this season.
I mean, just very versatile. I mean, we have so many weapons on both sides of the ball. I mean, we got a bunch of D1 players, 3 stars, 4 stars, and a 5-star on our team. So I think we're just so versatile. It's going to be really, really hard to stop us this year. So I'm really excited for this season.
Well, Xander, Asher, thanks for joining us on the show. We'll be back after this with Coach Kevin Sullivan, the Hall of Famer. We're going to be talking about some predictions and high school football rankings coming up on the Blitz Breakdown.
Get on your feet and make some noise. Here comes your Crusader!
Someone was detected at your front door.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Local sports content anytime and anywhere. That's been the vision of the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network as we bring you live events and exclusive interviews just like this.
I'd be lying if I'd have said in 1995 when they picked me that 30 years later I'd be sitting here.
Let's see this weigh in right now. What do we got? Oh, we got a big hole. 44.48. There's the moment here.
Lead is 14, matching the largest of the game. Crawford, he did it again!
If we can't do the minimum of making it to the Final Four, then something's really not right.
And it's only growing from there. So join the thousands of people that have been tuning into the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network each week. Download the apps, save the website, or tune into any of our social media platforms as we bring you local sports anytime and anywhere. So come watch some sports with us on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hey, I've been doing this Coach of the Week thing for a while. We're going to mix it up a little bit this year.
Yeah, no, we're really excited. You know, it's been great these last few years, being able to be on site and recognize the coach after the game. But we wanted to work alongside you guys and be able to open this thing up, recognize some coaches that maybe haven't been recognized in the past, and help get some grant funds to some schools that haven't gotten it in the past.
How important are those grant funds? And it's, I guess the same way, important to spread it around to all of Northeast Florida, maybe into Southeast Georgia.
Yeah, it's about $16,000 plus dollars that'll go out. So it's $1,500 per Coach of the Week. We feel like that can make an impact to their program, whether it's helping with pregame meals, maybe refurbishing helmets, whatever it may be. But we're excited to be able to partner with Whataburger and give those dollars back into our community.
So a good idea for people to nominate or at least send them our way or at Action Sports Jacks or even your way. But on Friday nights, we'll be picking a coach of the week from the area, not necessarily from our game of the week.
Yeah, the process is going to look a little bit different this year, but we want people to nominate. We want to know about all these coaches doing the great work, and we can't do it without them.
And we'll have some fun recognizing them probably in the middle of the week at practice.
Yeah, something different we're doing this year. We're going to actually send our staff out to the practices on Wednesday afternoons to recognize these coaches and these players of the weeks in front of their teams.
All right, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Coach of the Week is changing it up a little bit this year, as we've got not the winner of our Game of the Week, but it's going to be a nomination. So if you guys have a coach that you think deserves Coach of the Week each week, go ahead and nominate him, send him in. You can DM us on social media, tag Jaguars Foundation. Go ahead, email us at actionsportsjacks.com or actionsportsjacks at actionnewsjacks.com. I don't have the email off the top of my head. I'm Gen Z, but I will get that to you guys. We'll post it. Let us know if you have a coach that you want to nominate for Coach of the Week every single week, as there's many that are deserving throughout the area, and this switches it up a little bit. We have some similar teams year to year that win these games, Game of the Week, so it's good to see spreading the love a little bit in the Coach of the Week this year.
In high school football, when a coach, gets a lot of good years under their belt, especially some deep playoff runs, that's when they start to hold the program, and they don't rebuild. They keep reloading the same way. Like Coach Braddock at St. Augustine, they lost a lot of talent, but I don't think anybody in the area has lost any faith in that team because he's a staple coach over there and has a lot of winning seasons under his belt and a lot of deep playoff runs. So his team is always ready to play no matter what, and that's one of those guys that kind of always ends up being a Coach of the Week, Coach of the Year, whatever it may be. So there's a lot of coaches like that, but it's nice to see some new faces at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be great stuff there. Again, spreads the love. I'm excited to see. I think maybe going out to practice, giving out the check, going to be electric. There's a lot in the works for this year. I've been hearing rumors we could get a Game of the Week chain for winners this year.
Some of that.
So this is going to be a pretty fun year, both Game of the Week and Coach of the Week. Let's take a look at our rankings. First of the season, Week 1 coming up. And it's kind of tough at this point of the season. We haven't seen these guys out on the field yet, but there's, based off of last year, based off spring games, Kickoff Classic, what we're hearing from around the area, I feel like, Chandler, if we can take a look at these, we all know who's going to be number one.
Yeah, I don't think we can put anybody else in that spot.
Coming off the state championship, the Reigns Vikings. Number one in our rankings.
Yep, I mean, they deserve it. They put it on for the 904. I feel like it kind of felt like the whole city, even high schools, even rivals of Reigns were sitting there like hoping they would win. We wanted to bring a state championship back to the 904. Had a few teams go up there, a few failed, but Reigns prevailed, and one of the best comeback stories you've ever seen in high school football. Getting blown out by that Miami Northwestern the year before, and they kept that in their mind and kept that chip on their shoulder. And they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, swept the season, undefeated. One of the best state championships, might I say, that I've ever witnessed.
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. I mean, you go home, you get the last-second touchdown, the comeback, all of it, and it's a team that they're reloaded again this year. They're going to be a good football team. They got a really exciting quarterback, Simon Ellison Morgan, who we're hearing great things about. He's got an arm on him. So a few D1 offers already. That's going to be really fun to watch, and they had a great Kickoff Classic performance, and they start heavy with Oakleaf right out the gate. And taking a look at the rest of our rankings here, Bolles number 2, Mandarin number 3, Ed White, Nice, St. Augustine, Columbia, and Trinity Christian. Going down this list here, Bolles number 2, state runner-up last year.
Yep.
They got plenty of talent coming back, coming in. This is a team that is going to be a team to be reckoned with this year.
Yeah, this is like everybody's saying when they talk about Bolles is Bolles. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be a stacked team. They're always going to go in the playoffs and make a run. And they're just a really good, well-coached football team. And this is a Bolles team with, just like last year, a lot of talent. They reloaded with their talent. So excited to see what Bolles can do. They definitely have big aspirations to go have their reign story and go to the state championship and go get a win for the Bolles City.
Another team that right now they got state championship. That's in their that's right there in front of them. They can grab it. They have the talent. Can Mandarin bring it home this year?
Yeah, very possible. Again, they have a lot of talent. This is a 904 team that is usually stacked. I think that's an easy thing to say for Mandarin, but I think their road ended at Bolles. They're the Grim Reapers. They always have a problem. Any 904 team that goes to Bolles has a problem. So Mandarin went over there, played them in a very tight game, just ended up not going their way. And again, that's a big chip on their shoulder. They want to go and run the table and make a run at this state championship. And very excited to see what Mandarin has in store with this new team they have.
And obviously they talk about Bryson Wright, but I don't feel like Knox Annis gets enough love. I mean, that's a Miami commit at quarterback. And I mean, I don't feel like that gets talked about enough.
No, I mean, Bryson Wright just, he's going to steal the light from about anybody playing anywhere. So he's one of the best recruits in the country. So I guess that's why it's always taken away from him. But even last year, like, they had a lot of talent on that team, and they weren't as talked as much about because of Bryson Wright. Bryson makes the headlines, which deservingly so. But yeah, Knox Annis, a very solid QB. Excited to see what he does this year for the Mandarin Mustangs, and excited to see what his leadership role is going to be.
Yeah, and it's going to be, again, they continue to grow, and it's a group that, I mean, I'm really excited to see. The ceiling is obviously there. Can they reach it this year is the question. Going down the list, Ed White. I mean, this was tough here. Ed White and Nice, we kind of flip-flopped on this, but at Kickoff Classic, it's tough, but I think Ed White out the gate, that's a team that, again, very high ceiling, and I think they got the best returning quarterback in the area.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I think Boylston is a stud. He's got an arm on him, and he lets it rip. And he played a really good game to Kickoff Classic. And very excited to see what Ed White does this year with their team. They got a lot of talent on offense. They got a lot of smaller receivers, but these guys can go up there and get the ball. I saw a few clips of I saw a kid on these get Moss, and he put it in the end zone, went right for the camera. Like, they got some playmakers on offense, and it seemed like that defense has taken a little bit of step. It is a Kickoff Classic game, so it means a little bit, but not a lot. So we'll really see what they're doing in week 1 and weeks forward.
Hey, they got King Mercer back. That king to king connection
Royalty.
Going strong again this year. And then Nice, another team. I feel like we've got numerous teams in the area that have a shot at a state championship. Nice is a team. They got talent both sides of the ball. Chase Pfeiffer, Aiden Pfeiffer on offense. Aiden now committed to Northwestern. Chase, believe Boston College. Then on the other side, you got Cash Colbo. I mean, it's a group that Colin Drafts has got them rolling right now over the years.
Yeah. Nice has been on a run for having really good seasons over and over, playoff berths over and over, and making some runs. This team loaded with talent. They got a lot of talent over there, a lot of speed, and they got more size on the O-line. They got a really good football team over there. It's just the question is, can they really put it together and get this team glued tight and ready for the regular season?
I think they've got the experience this year that can help them get over the hump. St. Augustine, that's a team where there's a lot of question marks, but they go out in the Kickoff Classic 40-7 over PV. Listen, at a certain point, it doesn't become, it's just the Kickoff Classic. Like, that's pretty impressive, and that's a group that year after year, Brian Braddock's going to get the best out of them.
Oh, yeah, and going to a PV and a Kickoff Classic, that's probably going to be the most packed crowd of a Kickoff Classic you'll ever see. So not an easy place to play, and they went over there, and they did indeed take it over pretty convincingly, too. So good job for St. Augustine on that one. And, again, excited to see what they got in store with these new faces on their football team.
Columbia, number 7, the Tigers. This is a team that I feel like they can be higher on this list. They could fall out of the rankings. There's question marks there, but there's a lot to build off of, a lot of returning talent from last season, and you got the wide receiver in Caldwell.
Yeah, Caldwell's a stud. I love the way he plays. But, yes, again, have a lot of guys returning, experienced guys, and especially on the D-line. They got some studs coming back. So this Columbia team, if they could get it together on offense and just kind of keep the same level of par that they had on defense last year, I think they could do some serious damage. And we'll see what they're looking like at the game of the week.
We're going to hit a break here in a minute, but Trinity Christian, that's a team that, again, a lot of returning talent on this group. Got a great running back coming back in Micah Anderson. I mean, this is a group that they can make some noise again this season after another Final Four trip.
Yep, they're full of juniors, and they're coming back as seniors. This is a team that could really make some damage. They made a run last year. I think they're going to do it again.
And on the bubble, we got Bradford, Oakleaf, Beachside, Ponte Vedra. There's a lot of talent, and a lot of question marks are going to be answered here in Week 1. High school football is back, and we're going to make some predictions when we come back on the Blitz Breakdown.
It's a full hour of Jags Mania.
Right now, we've got Jags Fever.
Live on television.
A Jags Report live!
Come hang with your favorite Jags players.
We want Cam!
And see why we're the official station of the Jaguars.
These fans are going to
Cheer for you like wild!
Live from Spring Sports Brewery. Jags All Access at 7. Then it's Jags Report Live. Monday at 7:30. Sponsored by Farrah & Farrah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
Across the region, Tampa Bay powers this team. We don't just see and hear your passion. We feel it when you light it up.
See the Rays live. Light it up. Get your tickets now at RaysBaseball.com. Don't miss the big plays, big hits, and big high school football scores. Packed into a 30-minute show. Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz. Friday night at 11:15. Sponsored by Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Get on your feet and make some noise. Just here comes your Crusader.
Someone was detected at your front door.
Time to make some picks on the Blitz Breakdown. Oh, this is the best here when we get to pick the games at the end, get a little competitive. We bring in our Hall of Fame coach, Coach Kevin Sullivan.
Hey,
he is on.
Coach Sully.
Long time no see, Sully.
Man, I've been seeing you guys everywhere.
How are you doing?
Brett better be looking out for his job.
Ah, come on. We all know it's Dan I'm coming for.
Well, he's a little older than Brent, so probably more likely.
No, I say they're safe for now. But high school football coming back, and nobody better to talk some high school football in the 904 with. Coach, let's say we get to it. We got Trinity Christian. We got Ed White, a top 8 battle. Trinity Christian coming off a 10-5 season. Ed White 9-3. 2 teams looking to make a jump this year. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Man, I'm telling you what, Ed White offensively is really good. And Trinity, I think they've had their years. They return a bunch of kids. It's going to be a great game, sort of an old throwback game to the early 2000s. So, but I'm going to go with Ed White on this one.
Yeah, I think Ed White it's tough. That offense is going to be explosive again this year. There's not much you can do when you got King Boylston back there who can create. He can run. He can pass. He got a good run game. I think Ed White's going to take this one as well. Chandler.
I don't know.
All right. Big pick right there, Brody. You going with Chandler and the Conquerors, or are you coming over with me and Sully going to Ed White?
Hey, Ed White were my guys last year. I picked them when all of y'all picked Trinity. So I'm going to go take my Ed White guys. You're jumping on my train. This is Brody's train.
Gotta love it.
Ed White.
904 taking a trip down to the 305 MacArthur Mandarin. 11-3 Mandarin last season. MacArthur went 10-3. Give me the Mustangs. The Mandarin Mustangs. They're both the Mustangs, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Coach, who you got for this one?
And that's a great game to start out. You know, South Florida. Spent a lot of years in my early career coaching down there. And should be a great one, but I'm going to have to stay with Mandarin.
I need to get you my 904 hat just for this show. We got to make that happen. Going with the 904 Chandler Dantzler. You know high school football is back when Chandler Dantzler is picking the 904.
Oh, yeah.
Brody, who you got? Mandarin, MacArthur.
I'm sticking with the 904 with Chandler and all of us here. Anytime the 904 is going out of the area to go play somebody else,
especially from Miami.
Yeah, Miami. We don't like Miami. Reigns took care of it for us last year. Mandarin's going to start off this year for us and take care of them in Miami.
Speaking of Reigns, they're traveling over to the Dungeon to face Oakleaf. Reigns, winners of 15 straight. Perfect last season. It's a new team. They lose T.J. Cole. They lose some big pieces, but they still got Troy Butler. They got a new quarterback in town in Saman Ellison Morgan. They won their opener 77-0 last year. They're not going to win by that much this year, but they're going to get the W.
Yep.
Coach, who you got here? Reigns Oakleaf.
Man, that's a great one to open the season. Reigns got a lot of replace some guys. Oakleaf's got to replace some guys. Whoever runs the ball the most. So I'm throwing the toss up, and I'm going to take the Vikings.
I like that. Running the ball, and hey, the Vikings were pretty good at that last year. Chandler, who you got in this one? Yeah, that's a tough one to knock some rust off for. Brody, Reigns or Oakleaf going to pull the upset?
They better get the rust off quick because this is going to be a big game for them. Oakleaf's got to come in hungry. They cannot let the big title of the state championship and all the noise that Reigns had. This is a new team, so they can go in there and make something happen. But with that being said, I'm definitely taking Reigns.
Yeah, and they're a team that's disciplined. They're locked in. I mean, we were there, me and Chandler, to shoot that hype video after practice, and Donovan Maslin was not happy with that practice. He spoke to the team for a good 20 minutes afterwards about, hey, you got a target on your back. Yep. You got to be ready for each opponent's best shot every week. Reigns they're back to being Reigns. This is a group where you're going to get everyone's best shot, and we'll see if they can keep it going this season. Nice and Creekside, a rivalry down in St. Johns County. Nice and Creekside. Well, this was Creekside's game for a long time, but it's been Nice as of recent. Tough to pick against the Panthers in this one. I'm going with Nice.
Yeah, again, I think it's a tough opener for both of them. They've played great games the last couple of years, and I think I'm going to go with Creekside on this one.
All right, pulling the upset in week one. It's a team, hey, they were young last year, had some good performances, hung with Mandarin in the Kickoff Classic. Brody, are they going to pull off the upset here?
I think Creekside's defense looks pretty solid. I mean, their performance against Mandarin looked really good. Again, it is a Kickoff Classic, but that is a little bit of they showed a little bit there in that game. That offense needs to do something in this game, though, because that Nice defense is going to be blitzing the living crap out of them. They need to block and do something on offense. Creekside has to do something to get Nice some respect on defense so they don't just blitz every time. And with that being said, I think just Nice is going to take care of this one. And I think it will be a good game. Got rescheduled to Creekside's field from what we know. Nice's turf field's still not done. But, yep, good for Creekside to get their home game, though. That helps them a little bit.
So we got solely going with Creekside, everyone else going with Nice. I feel like I might get a text from Coach Mack about that one. University Christian going over to Ponte Vedra. Small school, big school, on the road. Can UC pull it off at PV coming off a 9-4 season? I think not. I'm going with the Sharks.
Another great opener. UC can play with anybody, return a bunch of guys. So PB's got a bunch to replace, but I'm going to have to go with UC on this one.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this game, two very good seasons last year, and PV not the best opener for the Kickoff Classic. This is going to be a tight one. I really do think it is. It's going to be physical. If UC's players' endurance, because they do have some guys playing both sides, if their endurance stays strong, I definitely think they're going to take this one. So I'm going to go take UC to beat Ponte Vedra.
Chandler, I'm hearing you have no volume right now.
I hear him.
What about me? What about now? You probably do. All right, so I'm going with Ponte Vedra. You know, they had a tough Kickoff Classic. Lost 44-7. That probably lit a fire in them. So I'm going with the Sharks on this one. By the way, Chandler, you want to recap your picks here? Yeah, I know. That's technical difficulties. I had the wrong button on, but I picked Trinity Christian. I went to Trinity, so I'm a big Trinity fan. It's always a good game. So I'm going with the Conquerors. Going with the manager. Never pick against the 904. I think people could hear that when Noah said I got to wear the 904 hat. They can hear that without even hearing it. Yep. Got to go with Reigns just because when I saw Oak Leaf play in the Kickoff Classic, it seemed like they were knocking some rust off. Didn't get the offense going. I got a nice pick there near the halftime mark. So I'm picking Reigns. I'm going with Nice because I'm a big Colin Drafts fan. And then you heard my PV, so we got two more to go. Tocoy Creek, Bartram Trail. Two teams in St. Johns County that had up and down years last year. Both had 4 wins. I got Tocoy taking this one on the road. They got blown out at Bartram last year, but I think they get them this year.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with Bartram in the Kickoff Classic, what they played and everything. They look to be all over the place. They don't have the one guy to rely on and everything, and I just think they got a lot to overcome. So I'm going to take Tocoy also.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good football game. I think Tocoy, chip on their shoulder from last year, and they really want to get those wins over these big time schools that have been winning here for a while. Bartram's been on the downslope. Tocoy's been rising up as the years go on, but I still think Bartram will take care of this game.
Yeah, when I don't know much about these two, teams, and when I don't know much about them, I go to On3, and On3 says 91% chance Bartram Trail is going to win this one. So I'm going with the Bears. We got two more games to pick. Yulee, Baldwin. I'm starting us off. Give me the Hornets.
I'm going to stay on the Hornets also. Coach got something going and feeling good. He's usually a decent year last year, usually 2 in a row. Then he's down one, so he's on the second of the 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hornets.
Yeah, I remember watching some Baldwin games, and I like their high-flying offense. They're like kind of like the miniature Ed White to me last year. They're a similar team, and I think they're going to keep it rolling. I'm going to take Baldwin to take care of this game.
You know, Coach printed out when we picked against him last year. He's going to play that clip for the entire Yulee team
I hope he does.
this week. Game of the week, Columbia and Bolles. We're switching up. Me and Brody are picking the game of the weeks this year after popular demand. So I'm going to get started off. I think this is going to be a great matchup. I think two teams that fit each other very well for a week 1 game, both with a lot to prove. Columbia, can they take the jump? Bolles, can they survive the losses? I think Columbia keeps it tight, but I think Bolles gets the win.
Where is it on the road? Are they in Columbia?
It is at Bolles.
Okay, then I'm going to take Bolles. If it was at Columbia, I'd take Columbia. But Bolles, we know about Bolles, but let me tell you, Lake City, boy, they returned about 18, 19 starters. They're going to be a good team now, and so this is another monster game to start the season.
Yeah, it's another good game. They played Oak Leaf last week, like I said. Seemed like they were kind of knocking some rust off, too. Lost their good quarterback, I believe, this year, and so I'm going with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Columbia's defense will return just like last year, or at least similar. They'll be good enough to play this Bolles offense. Again, the question is, can their offense keep their Columbia's own defense off the field and give them some breathers so Columbia can have a chance in this game? They need to get in the end zone, and they need to have long, sustained drives. If they could do that, they have a shot. I just don't think they will. I think Bolles is too loaded, but I like saying this. I should have been saying this for all the games. Week 1 is such a wild card. I think it's such a wild card. You do not know where your team is really. You get a good feel in the Kickoff Classic, but this is different week 1. But with all that being said, I think Bolles will take care of it. I think they'll probably be the more ready team as well. And I do think it has a chance of being a very, very tight game down to the wire.
Well, you can catch that game live right here on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Coach Sullivan, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week at Sneakers with the Blitz Breakdown live on site the rest of the season. We'll see you on Friday for some high school football, everybody.
All right, guys. Thanks.
It's a full hour of Jags Mania.
Right now, we've got Jags Fever.
Live on television.
A Jags Report live!
Come hang with your favorite Jags players.
We want Cam!
And see why we're the official station of the Jaguars.
These fans are going to cheer for you like wild.
Live from String Sports Brewery. Jags All Access at